meeting, dissect meeting, music meeting, we should highlight on some of this, and some of the regional ministers will understand, and then inculcate us into the system for us to, because at the end of the day, when it happens, they will not call any policeman to come. They will call the fire service man. Even first aid, the police don't do any first aid training in their school. It's rather the fire service. Then on the other one is the training. Please, the little you have, they say charity begins at home. Train with, when we were going for that with David Webb, we had no equipment, but we were able to train with the little that we had. And we went there to excel. Let's master what we have. It's the same thing that we're going to meet there. The only thing is that they train day in, day out. They set up a team purposely for that. Like in case of any, like RTC, for instance. You know, I have been to certain scenes with firemen where firemen, some see blood and they run away. So in other places, they have a team purposely for ICT. So if it's RTC, that is the team that moves. And if it's fire, that's the team that moves. You understand? We don't have the equipment, but the little that we have, at least the crew that we have, we should place some of them among the crew to also respond. Very, very important. But we are still, OSHA, we're lobbying with Netherlands and then Finland for some equipment. In fact, they have a lot, I told Chief, they have a lot of equipment there. All what we need is no objection from the port and the Ministry of Finance. And then we can bring all those, because they use the fire equipment 5 years, and then Sweden, for instance, it's 5 years, and they put it somewhere. You understand? So we have used some for, like Carmichael, for more than 20 years, and all those. So it's us, the lady, it's us. That's why I'm saying that Giuseppe is here. Let's join some of these institutions and then be learning. We have platform every weekend, platform and all that. ACFO Accra is on the platform and he knows what goes. So some of you are on the platform. We learn and then we improve the system. But if you sit down, you are not going to join any institution or upgrade yourself, you'll be found wanting.
All right, thank you. I think we'll take the last set of questions and then we'll call it a day.
Thank you. My question goes to Giuseppe.
Last 3 questions, please.
In your presentation, you made mention of public safety. And I want to draw your attention to some emissions at the filling stations. What effort are you doing to collaborate with other agencies so that we can minimize these VOCs? Studies have shown that those who live within this environment, if you are a lady and you're within the bracket of, let's say, 18 to 35, you have some menstrual challenges. Those who are lucky and they conceive, they get pregnant. Sometimes when they give birth, the child is underweight. It has health implications. So I want to find out what role or what effort are you doing to collaborate with other agencies to minimize these effects. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please, I have a suggestion to Ghana Water, and after that, I will ask a question to OSHA. Ghana Water, since most of our problems with the hydrants are the obstructions, and currently those within the CBD, they will tell you most of the times before you assess a hydrant, you must bring up a pile of refuse before you can access a hydrant. So can we also, in advancing, can we change from the underground hydrants to a pillar type, which will be readily accessible for us to use? And that of the OSHA, I would want to ask, what do you have also in stock for fire officers? Do you have, can you share with us your office, your addresses and stuff, or a training program for the officers? Probably before you move from ADO2 to ADO1, you must do this. Before you get to DO3, we have a program for you, so that before we get to a certain rank, there will be some level of, yes, Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Any more questions? All right.
Yes, thank you very much. I think today I have been bombarded with the most questions. You see, the hydrants that you said that they are places with big men in quote. I've taken note, and then we'll make sure that we'll do the needful. Yes. And then your suggestion.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, your suggestion is also well taken. But you see, we have an attitudinal problem. Recently, Ghana Water is trying to change from mechanical meters to ultrasonic meters, from mechanical to ultrasonic. And there was a little brass underneath that connects hose to the mains. People who sell scrap go about looking for scrap. That small piece of brass underneath the meter, when they look left, right, and see that there's nobody watching, they will take the meter, a meter costing over 4,000 cedis, remove that small brass, which probably will be about 30 Ghana or 40 cedis or at most 50 cedis. So they will remove the meter, take the brass parts out of it, and go and sell it as scrap. When that happens, the whole meter is destroyed. So that's a good suggestion. But I bet people, when you expose the hydrant, the stand one, by the time you realize it's been cut off to be used or sold as scrap. So we as a people need to change from these things. Our behavioral needs and base and attitudinal problems. Because of your personal need, 20 Ghana, the property of the government that cost over almost 5,000, you go take it out and remove that small part and throw the meter away. So these are some of the challenges of Ghana Water. And we have scarce resources that we are also mobilizing to improve upon water delivery system and our hydrants, as we said, serving to a constituency. We hope to improve upon the hydrant situation in the country to prevent, to help fight fire outbreaks and control firefighting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. With the OSHA trainings, we have, you can start from student, officer, manager, and then end up with professional. Professional means you are ending it's the same as the IFE system. And then apart from that, we are also liaising, Prof is here, we are liaising with all the technical investees, whereby all those offering engineering and then other humanities will go through the safety system, where you finish school with your academic profession certificate and also come up with your professional certificate, so that if you are looking for a safety officer somewhere or safety manager somewhere, you can. But with the OS bill, we have indicated that we should have a first aider, a transport manager, a transport officer, and all those. So a time is coming when that bill is passed. At least if you learn through the system, the transport system, you will get to your place. If you learn through the first aid system, there are rankings there. If you get through the safety system, there are rankings there. In fact, it will help, but the most important is that now, start reading now. If you go on the net, there are so many of them. You can do IOS, you can do NEBOS, you can do CMOS, you can do OSHA, and all those that, just to help you to abreast yourself with the safety environment. I hope you are getting me. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I believe okay, I think there's a question. How is GISEP collaborating with other institutions to deal with emissions from filling stations? All right.
So we have hydrocarbons, like you rightly mentioned, but then the onus dwells on the OSH bill, Occupational Safety and Health Law. Currently, there's nothing like that in this country. So we are relying on best practices and ILO. If you go to the mining sector, we are relying on MINCOM, LI 21A2, and then LI for explosives, that is 2177, stipulating how to manage health and safety. But then as a country, until we pass that law, we can't, I don't say we can't do anything, but we cannot make comprehensive, input in some of these. I can see Prof nodding his head. MPA will do their best with their act, but who is going to enforce it? There's no law, there's no legal backing. So now there are consultations and stakeholder engagement going on across the country, just to make sure we can pass the health and safety law. So let's get there, and I know we will get there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I believe we have asked our guests a lot of questions, and they have also done their best to also respond to them for us. I think they deserve a round of applause for subjecting themselves to this grilling. And we need to applaud them too for their wonderful delivery as well. So please, we may ask you briefly to take your seat whilst we take some short presentations from some of our sponsors. I understand NLA is ready to do a presentation. NIC, please, are you ready to do a short presentation of what you do? All right. SGSSB. Okay. So we will take a short presentation. Please, ushers, help me with the table, and then please get rid of the chairs for me. Help me with one of the tables here so that we can display our awards right after the presentation by NLA. Then the presentation of the awards will take place, after which we would close and then go and have our lunch. So NLA, if you are up here, please come forward. Shall we give it up for them? Ushers, please help me.